We might have come across the term foreign exchange reserves many a times. Today we'll look at what is foreign exchange reserves, how is it formed, we'll look at briefly what is a reserve currency, also what happened in India in 1991. And along with that, we'll look at what is fixed exchange rate or pegging of currency. Now, when an exporter exports, he gets a lot of dollars, right? He gets dollars. He'll take those dollars, go to his local bank, give those dollars and ask for rupees, right? He can't do anything much with dollars in India. Then the local bank will take those dollars, go to RBI and ask for rupees. What the Reserve Bank of India does is it prints equivalent amount of rupees, gives it to the bank, and while those dollars are with RBI, these dollars form part of foreign exchange reserves. Similarly, an importer, what he does is uh, he needs dollars in order to buy goods from outside. So he'll go to the bank, give rupees and ask for dollars. The bank in turn will go and take rupees and ask and try to get dollars from the Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India will dip into its forex reserves and give those dollars to the local bank. Foreign exchange reserves are the assets held on reserve by central bank in foreign currencies. These are foreign currency assets held by the central bank. Now, foreign exchange reserves are important because what it enables the central bank is to provide foreign currency to pay for the external payment obligations of the country. During the 1991 economic crisis, or the reason of 1991, primary reason of 1991 economic crisis was India's foreign exchange reserve had come down drastically. They were barely sufficient enough to pay for 3 weeks of imports. And due to India's low credit rating, then no one wanted to lend it to India. Lend foreign currency to India. So India had to mortgage countries' gold in order to get foreign currency and to avoid default on its payments. Foreign exchange reserves are generally held in dollar, in gold, in euro, yen, and other reserve currencies. Now, reserve currencies are actually the currencies which are usually held by central banks. Now, central bank would like to keep its reserves in the kind of currency which is widely accepted, trusted, and tradable, right? So that whenever it needs to pay for its obligation, it can pay from its reserves. Now, how is the exchange rate decided? Exchange rate again is decided by your demand and supply, right? For example, if India's exports are more than imports, and we are also receiving net foreign investment in India, so there will be more demand for rupee, and if there's more demand for rupee, rupee will increase in value, and similarly vice versa. So, for example, if your imports are more than exports, if there is currency going out of the country, then there will be more demand for dollars, and rupee will depreciate. But in some cases, central banks decide to peg or set a fixed exchange rate for their currency. Now, the rate again is still decided by demand and supply. But what the central bank does is it tries to enter the market and tries to influence the demand and supply in such a way that the exchange rate is around or exactly what it to be. For example, let's say the currency of country X is appreciating, so that because the demand for the currency is more, the central bank of that country, in order to cap the appreciation, will start buying more dollars and sell more of currency X by printing more of it. Right? And this is in order to increase the supply to meet the increased demand in order to cap the appreciation. Now, if the and on the other end, if the currency is depreciating, what they'll do is they'll start buying more of the currency and sell more dollars. Now, the Reserve Bank of India stated policies that it has a soft peg. It says we don't target a specific exchange rate, but we intervene in the market to curb any excess volatility in the foreign exchange rate. So, for example, if the rupee is weakening and it's going from, let's say, 75 rupees to a dollar to, let's say, 80 rupees a dollar, what the central bank or what RBI would do is it will intervene in the market in order to reduce the volatility and not decide the rate. Some East Asian countries and some other countries want their exchange rate to be low in order to keep their exports cheaper and competitive. Example, China. Now, a cheaper domestic currency results in exports being cheaper. So it results in more exports and more jobs getting created. Then one may ask, why wouldn't every central bank in every country do so? Just peg your currency lower, keep the exchange rate lower, encourage more exports, more jobs, and more economic development. But in economics, there are no free lunches. In the next video, we'll look at the trade-offs of pegging one currency. What are the costs associated with it? Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to our channel for more videos on business, economics, finance, and policy issues. In the description of this video, you will find a link to our blog where you can read this entire issue, read a note on this entire issue. Thank you again.